I've seen a lot of people asking about where Daenerys's dragon eggs came from, so I want to address it really quickly. So, in the book Fire and Blood, which House of the Dragon is based off of, there is a story about this, and it's not confirmed, but it is plausible that this is where these eggs came from. So, that's the story I'm going to tell. So, for this story, we have to go back a little bit in time to King Viserys' grandfather's reign, King Jaehaerys. King Jaehaerys had three sisters, Vela, Rhaena, and Alysanne. Alysanne is who he married, whereas Rhaena is where our story is going to focus. Rhaena's dragon was Dreamfire, and Dreamfire is still alive in the time of the House of the Dragon. We'll see her later on in the show. She's actually the dragon that laid the egg that Daemon and Rhaenyra were fighting over in the most recent episode. I won't go too much into Rhaena's backstory. That's a whole other story. But basically, she had a really close friend and possibly lover, Alyssa Farman. Alyssa's brother actually married Princess Rhaena. Rhaena only really married Alyssa's brother because she really loved Alyssa and just wanted to be near her. After a whole bunch of stuff that happened, Princess Rhaena ended up living on Dragonstone with Alyssa Farman. The one thing, though, that came between Rhaena and Alyssa was Alyssa's love for sailing, and Alyssa wanted to be out on the water as much as possible. She wanted to build her own ship and be the own captain, but Rhaena kept refusing her. Eventually, in 54 AC, Alyssa was permitted to build a ship and set sail. However, Rhaena and Arya, Rhaena's daughter and Alyssa's niece, who she was very close with, did not know where Alyssa's destination was. And when Alyssa set sail from Dragonstone, she stole 3 dragon eggs, and those dragon eggs were from the brood of Dreamfire, Princess Rhaena's dragon. She stopped at a couple places first, but ended up in Braavos, where she sold the dragon eggs to the Sea Lord of Braavos under a false name, Alice Westhill. With the gold that the Sea Lord gave to her for the dragon eggs, she built her own ship, the Sun Chaser, and set sail again. Now, this was a big deal because only the Targaryens were supposed to have access to dragons. And when they sent an envoy to Braavos to check in on this, the Sea Lord of Braavos said he never had them. But he also decided to greatly reduce the debt that the kingdom had with the Iron Bank of Braavos. In 56 AC, Alyssa popped up again in Old Town, trying to find a crew for her ship. Word reached the king, and they sent envoys. However, Alyssa escaped, and Lord Hightower, who was sent by King Jaehaerys, couldn't reach her in time. Alyssa's crew ended up sailing west, where Arya had sailed at the end of Game of Thrones, to try and find new land. She discovered 3 exotic islands and named them after Aegon the Conqueror and his sister wives Rhaenys and Visenya. Alyssa then sailed even further west and was never seen again. So the Sea Lord of Braavos had them and eventually were given to Daenerys.